the Champions League final really affected his performance in the World Cup. I hope he'll do something for meaningful, like we'll see him shining for donning that Egypt jersey. For club, he's doing very well. He's already started scoring the goals, so we have more goals for Salah.
Let me cut you a little bit there. We know that Kakamega Homeboys will be playing against the AFC Leopards, an important match. We listen in what the AFC Leopards tactician has to say before that game.
Any news in your team in terms of injury-wise?
Just player Isuza with number 20 got injured before 3 days.
So who is coming in for him?
Becker will replace him, player with number 10.
Number 10. How do you feel about the pitch, about the weather here in Kakamega?
Yeah, excellent organization, excellent pitch, excellent weather. So I think that we will, all of us will enjoy in this game.
All of us will enjoy the game. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yes, the FC tactician there trying to say that maybe his players are ready to be able to get that victory. We know that it will not be that easy for them, but a lot will be expected in that tie. Remember, this Kakamega Homeboys aside on their party, they're saying that they want to have a season to reckon with. They know that the season will not be easy, but their tactician is always a jovial man, and he wants to get that victory. Let's listen in what Nkata has to say.
Hii ni Homeboys, haiogopi AFC Leopards bwana.
Cha kwanza hebu niseme kwamba soka ni soka. Wewe sema chochote kabla ya game haijamalizika. Unaweza sema kwamba ile timu ni kubwa, lakini hawaweza kuandaa sisi pia. Ya mwisho tuliwafunga mawatu pia.
Nimeona kikosi chako kuna wachezaji ambao alijeruhiwa mechi ya mwisho hapa. Alan Wanga umemwacha kwenye bench, kisha kuna kijana mdogo Thiongo kutoka St Joseph, kuna beki Oduori ambaye babake mzazi alichezea AFC Leopards, mzee David Ochieng. Hii timu yako ya Homeboys leo hii umwambia nini vijana wakiingia mchezoni leo?
Najua siku hizi game ya ball lazima ichezeshwe na wa vijana wengi. Ukiwa na vijana wengi lazima speed inaongezeka. Sasa kwa hivyo Mudavadi yuko na Bai wamepata injury, lakini tumesaligisha wachezaji. So alisema kwamba tuna wachezaji ambao wa kutosha. So game itakuwa poa, watu wanaenda kuenjoy game ya leo.
Mdama ambaye nitakuwa naye nikitangaza ameniambia hii mechi kwamba Homeboys itashinda bao moja.
Hicho siwezi amua saa hizi, labda hebu tugoje fimbi ya mwisho alafu tuone matokeo. Ni hiyo tu.
Haya, kila laheri coach.
Asanteni.
Yes, it is a match that will be live, KTN Burudani. So if you want to catch that, you will be able to catch it live. FC Leopards against Kariobangi. I'm thinking about Kariobangi Sharks. Yeah, for Kariobangi Sharks, they will be playing against Kotoko. But for Kakamega Homeboys, they will be having that important Kenya Premier League match against FC Leopards. They are the big cats, wounded big cats, but maybe they look promising for the 2018-2019 season. What do they have on the board? We will wait and see what exactly will come on the cards. We will be having plenty of Kenya Premier League matches, and now we look at the different fixtures that are on that menu. We know what we're expecting, and we know what was expected from Mathare United. For them, they have already gotten the 3 points, and the 3 points actually have come after securing that victory against Nzoia, and the victory was a 3-0 victory. We know also that this match, FC Leopards match against Kakamega Homeboys, it is a match that will be live on KTN Burudani. So the different tacticians, both the tacticians, they have said that they simply want to get a victory. The question is, will they be able to get the victory? We will know that when the game commences, to the time that it finishes. Chemelil Sugar on this side, they will be playing against Vihiga United. We know for Chemelil Sugar, last time out, they got a 2-0 whooping against Mathare United. Vihiga United also on their side, they're coming into this match saying that it is a sort of a derby and they need also to get a victory. Not an easy one, but we will wait and see what exactly will happen. We look at the other matches that will also be on the cards, because we will be having plenty. Mount Kenya United, they have rebranded. They will be playing tomorrow against Post Rangers. So also for them, it is a crucial match, a match that they will try as much as possible to see what exactly they will bring on the table. But for Mount Kenya. Yes, even after rebranding, it seems the results are not coming their way because they lost last time out. So Sofapaka will be playing against Bandari. Maybe one of the best matches this weekend because all these teams, they want to get a victory and they want to start and continue with their winning ways. Not an easy one, if you ask me, but for Bandari, they know they will not be at their backyard where they always start, Mbaraki, but also for Sofapaka on their side, they will try as much as possible to see how they will be able to down this Bandari side. Western Stima playing against Tusker. For Tusker, Matano has done impressive work there by bringing in crucial and very, very important players in his side. Maybe a drunk season it has been during the start, but they want to change the tides. They want to win the different matches. Playing against Western Stima, and for Western Stima, they come back to the Kenyan Premier League, and for them, the mission is very simple, not go down once again. They will try as much as possible to pick points. 1 point will be enough for them, but as any coach will say, they are going in this match in search for 3 points. Ulinzi Stars on their side, they're playing against a KCB Football Club. For KCB, they're back in the Kenyan Premier League. They have gotten a new tactician. And when you think about the new tactician, has he been tested that enough? Yes, he was tested against the other bigwigs in the last campaign in the Kenyan Premier League. And at that time, he failed the test big time because Wazito, the team that Frank Ouna was leading last campaign, was relegated. But he's been given a second life with this KCB side, a side that they believe in him and they have money. They are the bankers. So will they be able to win their match against the 4 times Kenyan Premier League champions Ulinzi Stars? Not an easy one. For Ulinzi, the season has not been good for them because they've started with a kind of a mixed result, winning and also losing. What will they be able to get this time out? A question that also will get to know the answers when the matches commences. Let me just ask you very, very quickly for prediction. Okay, we've already moved from there, but let me just take you a little bit back to the fixtures that we had, the different fixtures of the weekend, and then I want this gentleman here with me to give me the prediction to the different fixtures. We go back to the fixtures kindly. Yes, we're there. Zoya Sugar against Mathare United, we know what.
Draw.
Draw.
Yes.
So you said that is a draw. Kakamega Homeboys against the FC Leopards. Kevin?
I'd say Kakamega Homeboys.
Kakamega Homeboys.
Draw or Kakamega.
Okay, we go to the next board very, very quickly. We see what is there. Mount Kenya against Posta Rangers, Kevin?
That's a draw.
That's a draw. So for Paka against Bandari?
This is Bandari to lose. Bandari will win this one.
Bandari to win?
Yes.
Western Stima against Tusker FC?
Tusker to win.
Tusker to win. You seem to be agreeing with that. Ulinzi Stars against KCB?
Ulinzi lost last weekend to Vihiga 2-0, so I don't know what might happen today, but they are the stronger side than KCB.
Sometimes the strongest teams also lose. We look at the standings now. When we look at the standings, we know only one team has played 2 matches, and that is Gor Mahia, but also Mathare United has played the second match today. So Mathare United goes top of the log with 6 points. The game for Mathare United has just ended. We've not yet updated this standing. So Mathare United goes on top of the Kenyan Premier League log right now with 6 points. Gor Mahia, we know they lost their first game against Bandari. The scoreline was 2-1, and then they won their second match against Zukericho. The scoreline was 4-0. So it tells you that Gor Mahia, maybe they're back on the winning ways. We will wait and see what will transpire in the second match. But for now, Mathare United are up. So for Paka, they will remain on the 4th position. Viga United, they go on the 3rd position. We look at the other teams down there. Bandari for now, they are on the 5th position, Western Stima 6th. On the 8th position is Kakamega Homeboys. What is happening on the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th? I know a lot of teams will be trying as much as possible to change this, but FC Leopards comfortable, they are not comfortable on the 12th position because they can bring a lot on the table. Only 1 matches have been played. So when you go down there 16th to the 16th position, we know how it looks and why it looks so. These teams will try as much as possible to gather some points. No point for Ulinzi, no point for Chemelil, no point for Zoo, and also no point for KCB. They'll try as much as possible to see what exactly they will bring on the table. When we think about the Kenyan Premier League, there is a lot of talk about the stadium, the facilities. We know that 5 have been axed, and the bosses of the Kenyan Premier League, the CEO to be specific, is one person who's saying that different teams needs to try as much as possible and make sure that safety becomes a priority in the league. At the same time, you think about the different venues. Where will different players, different teams be playing their matches? Double headers it will be for quite a number of matches in this Premier League campaign, because we don't have adequate facilities to make sure that different teams go out there and play beautiful football at the said different facilities. Let's listen in what Jack Oguda had to say in regards to Kenyan Premier League as a whole.
The Governing Council wanted the 2018-2019 season to be a better season than the previous season, and hence the Stadium Safety and Security Committee was tasked to do an inspection for the fields that are going to be used this season. And from their report, they mentioned a few stadiums that have been banned, and that includes Mumias, Thika Stadium, Ruaraka Stadium, Kinoru Stadium, Camp Toyoyo. And they've, even in the report, they've given recommendations that should be done for this stadium. Like Ruaraka, it's, I think, the playing surface and about the drainage. Thika, the playing surface as well, is very bumpy, needs to be rolled over. Kinoru, there's still work going on the premises, and there's a lot of debris within the stadium, and we usually want to play our matches in a stadium that does not have debris, because the debris can cause a lot of issues in terms of time when trouble occurs. Camp Toyoyo basically is the turf has been overused. We've been playing matches at around 11, which is not conducive for a top-tier league, where most of our matches are played from 2 p.m. onwards. And another issue is on security at Camp Toyoyo. So for us is to make sure that the product that we showcase the football family is good on TV, fit for our players, fit for the coaches, fit for the match officials, has all the security aspects put in place in terms of a perimeter fence separating the playing unit, the match officials, technical bench, and the fans. So those are the little things that over the years we've been asking clubs to ensure that they rectify, but they've been taking it too slow, probably due to their management issues. But this time, we decided that, the Governing Council decided that all this must be implemented before any field is approved. So it's the onus to the clubs to ensure that if they want to continue to use these venues, they must ensure that they meet the minimum standards. In fact, before we begin the season, our club is allowed to select 3 stadiums that are preferable to the technical bench to host their home games. And thus, they definitely have other alternatives which they can use if at all not either 1 or 2 fall into the banned categories. But I believe that there are options available for them, and they need to take those options and take the recommendations of the committee seriously and implement them accordingly. I think the challenge has basically been an availability of Nyayo and City Stadium and Kasarani towards the larger part of last year and part of the 2018 season. But now we already have Kasarani, which is available for use, even if it's just 1 match per week. We have Machakos, which was extensively used by teams from Nairobi. We have Afra, which only 1 team plays in Afra. We still have Narok, where one of the clubs also has preferred Narok as their home ground, and it's Nairobi-based teams. So there are options that they can use, and where it is a bit challenging, we can have double headers as long as it is agreeable to the facility owners. And that's also better because you tend to get more fans when you have double headers.
Talking of stadiums, there has been the sports infrastructure in the country, and also to make sure that we maintain well, because the likes of City, Nyayo, and Camp Toyoyo, it's about maintaining.
I think that's a very good point that you put across, in that we lack good facilities where our matches can be played and where the clubs can train. But this needs a lot of investment. It needs a lot of public-private partnerships, whereby clubs can enter into partnership with institutions to help them maintain their ground. We need the county governments to put up structures. Where we are lucky to see Meru coming up, Bukungu coming up. There's also, I think, an artificial pitch in Kiambu. So once you get more of this being developed, and infrastructure coming up, being spearheaded by the county governments, either in collaboration with the clubs or the federation, that would help us get more proper playing fields for football, because there's a lot of talent, and once you have a football pitch as an obstacle, then it is very difficult for you to see that talent. So for us to see our best talent, we need to ensure that all the ABCs are put in place. In this essence, is training equipment is in place, good playing surface is there, equipment for the players is also there, and I think Kenya is a force to reckon in. Next year we are going to participate in the AFCON, which is good for us, and this is the year that we need to ensure that we give our national team full support, because I think we can make it. We can go to the later stages of the AFCON next year.
Earlier on, you talked about what I understand, because I've been there, seen how the situation is. But last season, there have been some insecurity. They boost the security during the matches.
I think in terms of security, the good thing is that last Friday we had a safety and security workshop with all the club security officers, just to reinforce the need of security in all Premier League games. And they came up with a roadmap towards achieving this, and all of them were happy. They came up with a number of stewards that are expected in a normal game, a number of stewards in a low-risk game, and the number of stewards in a high-risk game. And it was broken down to ensure that any fan coming to the stadium is guaranteed of a safe and secure environment. And that's what we need to achieve, so that we can also get numbers into the stadium, because attendance had already dwindled a bit. So we need to ensure that our arenas are safe, and encourage more fans to be attending to the matches, because this will definitely culminate to our national team games. They need that support. In 2017, we had one of our pay partner leave due to internal issues between the Federation and KPL. The same 2017, we had a government issue, taxation on gaming companies, whereby our title partner reduced the amount that was coming to the league. And this affected the clubs, yet they'd already signed contract with their players for 3 to 5 years. So to try and readjust that within one season was quite difficult. And thereby you find that some players were not being paid on time, their salaries were dragging. But within the next 2 or 3 years, they'll be able to readjust themselves and honor the contract that they had signed with the players earlier. So it's a shift. And you realize this year it's even tough, because CAF has already given us a directive to clear the season by end of May. So we'll have a 7-month or 6 months of an impact game for all the clubs, and that brings our players to prone to injury and a lot of health issues. So it's going to be painful for the clubs, but they just have to bear with us and try and conclude the league on time.
Jaco Guda there saying what is happening in the Kenyan Premier League and what is expected in the Kenyan Premier League 2018 and 2018-2019. And when you think and listen carefully to what he's saying in regards to the facilities, a lot needs to be taken into consideration in making sure the different clubs have good playing fields. We know we are thinking about the 5 stadiums that have been blacklisted, and the Kenya Premier League matches will not be played. But I don't know if it's funny to say those stadiums, those facilities are being utilized in the National Super League. So, yeah, we know the Kenyan Premier League is a superior league in comparison to the National Super League, but also there is a need to make sure that also the lower tiers, be it a National Super League and also the Kenyan Premier League, they also play on a good surface and make sure that the quality of football that the different players portray is something to reckon with. What do you think? Facilities has become a big issue in Kenya, and we're still waiting for different stadia from the government.
I think, okay, one is to note that the ban on Chemelil has been actually uplifted. I think KPL shared that on their official Twitter page. Number two, there's the 5 stadiums that were promised by the government. I don't know when they'll be ready, but let's hope. Number 3, if not good for the league, I think it's not good for KPL, shouldn't be good for NSL. So there's a double standard there.
You agree, Kevin?
I agree with him, but also I